Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Man, oh man. Buzzing. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Part 2 of the season finale, episode number 25. For context, I literally just finished recording part 1 like 30 seconds ago. And I'm too hyped, man. I'm diving straight into it. So for those that missed part 1 this morning, snuck into 4th on the final day of a win away at Ashton Gate. So it takes the pressure off completely because heading into this one, FA Cup final against Man City. Obviously underdogs despite Man City finishing 6th. But to be fair, they just drew back to back. So, to be fair, we're on a run of 3 straight wins. So I think that kind of levels the playing field a little bit. I would have said pre-game was quite one-sided, not so much now. Regardless, going for his first major honour in club history. No cup final since 1975. What a way it would be to end the season if we could win this. Yep, going to jump right into it. Pressure definitely off after qualifying for the Champions League. But if we could win this here and Fulham's first major honour in club history, it will be a dream end to a dream season. Last time Fulham were in the FA Cup final in 1975, lost to West Ham 2-0. Their last final in general, well, I'm sure Fulham fans will always remember it. That famous Europa League run back in 2010 when they came up short to Atletico Madrid in Germany. Again, heading into it, I'd say we're underdogs, but based on the form of both teams, us winning the last 3, Man City drawing the last 2, I think it evens out a little bit, but again, we would still be technical underdogs. Man City's team is unreal, obviously. Ederson between the sticks, and the back four, Van der Sar, Ruben Diaz, Romagnoli, and Alphonso Davies at left back. The midfield trios, Rodri and Kovacic supporting Echeverry as the CAM, and the front three, Oscar Bob, who I see is getting a lot of game time within this save, and Foden on the left with Erling Haaland through the middle, now 94 overall, and I believe he's won the Ballon d'Or 2 of these past 3 years as well. Only game today, FA Cup final, Man City at Wembley, going for Fulham's first major honour in club history. Can we wrap up a dream season with a fairy tale ending? Come on, Fulham. Yep, 2 major finals in club history, runners-up in both, and before you come for me, Fulham fans, the Intertoto Cup is not a major honour. But, yeah, I've got a feeling, I've got a genuine feeling here heading into this game. If Man City are on a great run, also finishing the top 4, I would have thought, yeah, probably like 5-6 to 1 underdogs. But here, I'd say it's maybe not dead even, but not that much off. Maybe 2 to 1. I think we've got a genuine chance here. But again, the most important thing is a good start. If we concede early, it's already going to be a very tough ask. Haaland to Echeverry. And that, oh no, that is, oh man, that is so unlucky, man. How many times do I say this? One of the reasons why it almost becomes such a difficult game mode is because if you don't react instantly, and I mean within a split second, it's over for you, bro. It's over. Calvin Bassey takes a touch, and as soon as I try and offload it, it's a fraction too late because Erling Haaland's robbed him, and the Norwegian puts it in. What did I literally just say? If we concede early, yeah, we're in trouble. And we've got a long way to go from here. Haaland's 5th for the competition. Man City in front 10 minutes in. All the optimism I had has just been sucked out of me instantly. There's just not much you can do about that. Well, I say that. Come on, Doxy boy. There is something you can do about that, and it's be quicker to react. Simple as that. Oh, sorry, shot blocks. When I was younger, I went to like this science museum in Glasgow, I think it was, and I literally spent like an hour. Like my dad and my uncle and my cousin were walking around looking at all like the displays and stuff. But I spent like an hour playing this reaction game where like there's loads of like little cups and they light up. You just have to press it as soon as it lights up, and I was obsessed with playing that game. I always had the quickest reactions that machine had ever recorded. And unfortunately, as I've gotten a bit older, my reaction time has slowed down. I'm not going to lie, it genuinely has gotten worse with age, amongst other things. 20 minutes in, down by 1, and Man City, they needed this to redeem themselves, man. Tanking the season to finish outside of a Champions League place. They need to end on a high by winning a major honour. So far, so good. I am really struggling early doors here. Rodri denied by Lance. As Guardiola decided going for an early 2-goal cushion. And as things stand, it's only a matter of time before they get it. As it's cleared away just, but we are struggling here. We need a foothold. We need to calm it down and just slow it down. Oh, Jan's ran into trouble, and again, I'm just slow to react. It's rolled across. Oh, it's a massive tackle by Calvin Bassey on Oscar Bob. Somewhat redeeming myself there. Oh, it's Mason is denied by Edison. You can't miss those sort of chances at Wembley, man. You really can't. The kid going through, the Brazilian with the save. And we might not get many better chances than that one. Just couldn't take. That's a foul. Ref, what? Come on. Rodri, now 92 overall. And even that's slightly underrated in my opinion. Oh, not again. Not again. Not again. Oh, Lance Knight. Massive save to bail me out. Once again trying to offload. And again, just being a split second too low. Lance with the save. Bailing me out. Now with 7 to go before the break. It might only be 1-0, but it's been a really good first half. Still firmly in it, but the key is not going 2 goals down before the break. Got to make sure we tighten up defensively here. Yeah, as things stand, I mean, there's definitely going to be a second goal this afternoon. I'll be gobsmacked if it finishes 1-0. But it could go either way, though you'd probably put your money on Man City right now. They've had the better half. I'm not going to try and deny it. I often say it, never, ever, ever do I present the highlights package with bias. It's always what you see is exactly what's happened. And what you've seen in this first half is Man City missed a host of chances to extend their lead. We're down at the break, but really, we should probably be out. Rodri fires wide. 45 minutes to go. It's not over, but we need to tighten up defensively because they won't miss any more chances than this. That second goal is coming at this rate. I'm tempted to make a tactical change and take off Danilo as well because he's been solid for me this year, but sometimes you just need an extra defensive piece out there to help stop the flow of attacks. But fortune favours the brave. And the best defense is a better offense. Come on! Man, oh man, oh man. Missed a golden chance in the first half with Nathan. I said, bro, you're not a goal scorer, you're a goal provider. Message received. Heads into the second half, offloads to Tice, and our top scorer this year finds the equaliser. That is what we needed. The perfect start to the second, 4 minutes after the restart. 1-1, back on level terms, but it's not going forward that I'm worried about, it's defensively. Ironically, considering how the season went. Got to tighten up here. 25 to go, still tied at 1-1. Alphonso Davies pokes one in. Haaland controls on the chest. Offloads. Bassi is there. And we'll get the danger away. Can definitely... Oh, what a ball. Can definitely see someone winning this. But could go either way here. Man City to restore the lead or us to come from behind to get in front for the first time. Could go either way. With 20 to go. Kovacic. Lance gets down low. And turns behind for a corner. They just brought on Grealish for Oscar Bob as well. So, tough threat to deal with. Oh, no. No. Oh! I mean, I can't even be mad, because to be honest, it was coming. I mean, literally, I haven't played badly, but I haven't played as good, let's just say that. Trying to play out from the back, and unfortunately against the best teams, if you do that and you give it away, then the chances are you will pay the price for it. It's a crisp finish. There's no chance for Lance. And Man City restored the lead. Not sure we can come back from that. I mean, I might as well just really go for this here. So I'm going to bring on Adama for that speed down the right and push Jan Couto back to right back. Tempted to even take off Danilo and bring on Cesar as well. Push Sarah to LCM and have Mason further forward. The problem is when you go that attack-minded, I mean, and you've got basically no proper defenders in your midfield, it's going to be quite easy for the best teams to break you down, break your line, and get through to your back line. So, yeah, it's not over. So it's not over, even though it feels like it. Just. Oh! Let it go. Got to get that goal. Tend to get it, otherwise it is over. Also, this though, to be fair, great final. Really, really good final. Delinga, surely! Oh no, you can't miss that. That is virtually a free header. About as free as you can get against Man City sort of defence, anyway. Got me the goal for the leveller, so I can't complain, but Man, one of the reasons I signed him is because of the height, the strength, the jumping ability, the aerial prowess. That should be bread and butter, mate. I think that's it now. I think that is it. 2 to go. Need the ball, but Man City are about as good as anyone at just killing a game off. And I think that is going to do it. Forever the bridesmaid, never the bride. Fulham just like me, for real, for real. And that is going to do it. Not enough time to get it forward. Gutted. Underdogs regardless, but we had a chance. And we had chances. Though to be fair, like I said, you have to be honest. Better team overall. Better team on the day. You can't be too mad when you come up short to someone better than you. Head up there, boys. Back again. Back again. This ain't the last time we'll be here. We'll be back again. Yeah, you think about the chances we had. I mean, Nathan in the first half, saved by Edison. That was when it was at 1-0. And that header for Delinga, I mean, I knew we weren't going to get a better chance than that after I missed it. So, story of, unfortunately, my time on FC, really. I do create a lot of good chances, but I just miss the target quite often. My finishing sometimes is the big letdown, and it definitely was today. Because we measured up quite well to Man City. We were probably the slightly weaker team on the day, but not by much. Not by much. It wasn't one-sided by any stretch of the imagination. It just came down to who was more clinical. And in the end, it was Manchester City. Good effort, though, to be fair. Really, really, really good effort. Unfortunately, just couldn't hold my nerve at the crucial stages of the game. So, Man City righting their wrongs from real life. This time coming out on the winning side of a 2-1 scoreline. Winning that FA Cup. And Fulham's wait for a major honour in club history goes on. But like I said, we'll be back. We'll be back. Yeah, I'm not leaving Fulham until I win a major honour. Like, I'm sorry, but like I said this a few episodes ago. I said the problem I've had. I've done 2 different Fulham saves on YouTube before, and they've both ended abruptly. I'm not letting it happen again. Like, I've had 3 fun manager offers, but until I win them a trophy, and I will. Until we win them a trophy, I'm not going anywhere. We are winning them a trophy. Getting to the Champions League is literally an unreal achievement, don't get me wrong, but it's not a trophy, and I want a trophy before we call time on our stint here at Craven Cottage. Close there. Really close. Sadly, just wasn't to be, unfortunately. And as Tice wins Player of the Month, but wishes he was holding an FA Cup Winners' Medal instead. We'll take a look at the other competitions around the world and the other leagues too, and see who won what in this year in career mode, where the Carabao Cup was won by Manchester United, beating Arsenal by 2-0. Obviously, you just saw the FA Cup winners there in Man City. As for the Europa Conference League, though, very interesting indeed. No English sides in the last 8, and in the end, Sparta Prague beat RC Lens. They've got some elite young talent in the game, though, to be fair, so that's not too much of a surprise there. I'd love to go to Prague, and I'd love to go to a Prague derby between Sparta and Slavia as well. I think that would be such a cool derby to go and watch. But as for the Europa League, by the way, 2 English sides in it. Spurs went all the way to win the whole thing as well, beating AC Milan in the final by 3-1. Oh, how does that impact the European standings? It's not going to take us out, is it? It can't do. Surely not. Oh, no. It can't. No way, it can't. It has to be 5 teams. It has to be 5 teams. Spurs will join us. It has to be 5 teams. Please, game, don't take us out. Come on, man. Surely not. I'm pretty sure that means there'll be 5 English teams in it next year. I think. I'm hoping. God, oh man. If that sees us drop out to Europa League, I'll be gutting, honestly. But as for the Champions League, in the end, it was Bayern versus Inter in the final. Repeat of 2011, I think it was. And in the end, it was Bayern this time getting their revenge. Coming out winners 2-0. Harry Kane's now won 2 Bundesliga and a Champions League in this save. As for the other leagues, beginning with the Championship, where the top 2 were Forest and Sheffield United. And Sunderland are in the playoffs alongside Stoke City as well. I'd love to see one of those two go up, because so far we haven't seen either of them yet. Middlesbrough and Southampton are the other teams in the playoffs in this year's championship. I wish you could see the playoffs though, as opposed to having to wait until the next season to see who goes up to the following division. In League One, Barnsley and Rotherham in the top two, with the playoffs being Huddersfield, Peterborough, Reading and Plymouth Argyle as well. Peterborough, of course, reached the FA Cup semis this year in the save. How about that? And as for League Two this season, Oxford United, the U's, Grimsby Town and Carlisle United, top three promoted, and the playoffs, Port Vale, MK Dons, Gillingham and Swindon Town in England's fourth tier this season. We saw this in the last episode, PSG champions of Ligue 1, but I swear Monaco had more points than this when we checked. I think I might be wrong, but even so, PSG champions regardless. Monaco second, Marseille third, and Lens fourth. I always say you got to take the other leagues with a pinch of salt, because it often changes when you reload a save. And as for the Bundesliga this year, wow, look at that! It's a three-peat actually for Bayern Munich, and if you're carrying on from the save, it will be, what's that now, 13 league titles in a row for Bayern. The dominance sent over in this save. 17 clear of Borussia Dortmund, with only one loss all season long. They, Leverkusen and Leipzig, making up the top four this year in Germany. Napoli, Serie A winners, 4 clear of Inter, with Juve in third, and Lazio wrapping at the top 4 in the Serie A this season. PSV winning the Eredivisie, 4 clear of Ajax, with Feyenoord in third in the Dutch top tier. Wow, Braga, champions of Portugal. Don't often see that. Normally it's always Benfica, Porto or Sporting, but they finished second, third and fourth as Braga, who sometimes might split up the top 3, but this year went all the way to win it. I think that's the first time I've seen that in this year's FC. Fair play. Al Hilal winning the Saudi Pro League this season. Did you guys see Ronaldo in tears after he lost the, is it called the King's Cup final? I think it's called the King's Cup final to Al Hilal. I think now his Al Nassr team have faced him 4 times in a row and lost every single time. I think that's right. For league and cups, I mean. As Rangers finished 8 clear of Celtic in the first phase of Scotland. That just goes to show you, man, he's still got that mentality. Even joining Saudi Arabia's Pro League and people talking about the money he'll be earning, he's still there to win honours as well. You can tell that with the emotion he showed. And as for La Liga as well, Barca 6 clear of Real Madrid to win La Liga, Bilbao in third, and Atletico Madrid in fourth in this year's Spanish top tier. And as always, we're then with the Turkish Super League and the MLS. Well, Fenerbahce under Jose Mourinho finished 13 clear of Galatasaray. The special one has some work to do here in Turkey, it seems. Jose Mourinho, a man of culture, going to Turkey. You know, Doxy Boy approves of that. And as for the MLS, right now it's Inter Miami off to the red hot start. 7 clear of New York City and 8 clear of Atlanta, and LAFC in third and fourth in this year's MLS season. And so, as we take one final look at the squad to wrap up Season 3 and a look at what we'll need for next year going into the Champions League. Yep, that's right, I'm sounding confident, but I'm not feeling it. I'm nervous, I'm not going to lie. But I'm pretty sure there'll be 5 teams. Even with Spurs winning the Europa League, they'll also be there, but it'll be 5 of us for next year. I would say heading into the new season, I'd like to improve the fullback area. For Trey Hume at right back, we don't have a backup right back right now in the team. We've got obviously, Eccles who plays there, or Hackney who plays there. But I wouldn't mind a better right back and possibly Trey going on the bench. Now 24, not much sure how much better he can get, and also maybe a left back. But also I'm thinking about this here and maybe considering moving Sarah back down to LCM and then looking for like an elite playmaker to open up the defences next year in the Champions League. So maybe, definitely a new fullback, I think. I'm not sure if both Sessegnon and Tavares will be here for next year. Maybe they will, but definitely at right back as well. I'm playing Hackney out of position there, same with Josh Eccles, but I'd like an actual right back to possibly start for next year. So that I think is probably going to be my priority heading into Season 4. But otherwise, I'm happy with the team, man. It's a young team. It continues to develop. Certain players are now hitting their prime as well. We'll need an extra bit of quality heading into next season. I'm not so concerned about the squad depth now, but I think we will need a little bit more quality for next year. Our first venture in the Champions League. But it's a young team. We've got a couple of wonder kids in there growing nicely. Yeah, I think we'll be all right, and I think we'll hold our own next year in the Champions League. But as for the attributes and stats of our players this year, what a debut year for Lance Knight in the Premier League, winning the Golden Glove with 21 clean sheets in 38 games, up to 81 overall. He's maxed out at 98 for kicking, but I'm not I'm not believing that's the case. I still think he will get to 99. I really do believe that. Now, 20 years old, unreal. Absolutely unreal. And again, the only negative to the guy right now is the low positioning. So I'm going to keep him on the sweeper keeper until the positioning gets up to 80, and then I'll put him back to balance so he can also improve the diving and the reflex as well, just to make it a little bit more balanced, if you will. By the way, I promoted Elliot Gibbs, who is an exciting prospect, and as you see right now, Kean Best has grown 2 out on loan at Burnley. I'll probably try and loan him out again next season. Sessegnon, back-to-back broken toes this year. Talk about being injury hit. I'm not sure how much better he can get now at 80 overall. Fingers crossed, touch wood, I can still get him to around 81, 82, possibly even 83 at a stretch, but it's going to be tough now as he's been a bit injury-plagued over these 2 years since bringing him in. To be fair, that is realistic. He may not have that as a play style, but we know Sessegnon has had serious problems with injuries throughout his career. Tavares came in. I'm surprised he didn't grow, to be honest here. Granted, his league form wasn't great, but otherwise, he was a pretty solid backup left back. And again, starting more games than Sessegnon for me this year, mainly due to the injuries. Disappointing, he couldn't even grow 1 rating. There's always next year, of course. I'm going to try and loan out Ben Morrison for next year. I think he will drop down and showing great potential, but I thought I'd need him for the squad. In the end, I barely played him, so really, that's a missed opportunity from me. Should have loaned him out. Calvin, the captain, note up 3 ratings this year, 20 clean sheets in 37 games, averaging a 7.04 in all competitions, and still getting better. Yet we gave this guy a big money contract, and I said I'll give you the captain's armband as well. What a decision that's proved to be. And for Taylor Hall, we'll bear this up 2 ratings this year as Calvin's main partner. I'm not sure how much better he can get, but yeah, maybe next year bring in a new centre-half. I don't think we need one. We had the best defensive record in division last year, or this year, I should say. So I'm not sure we need one. But as for Ted and Mengi and Bobby Thomas, both grew 2 ratings apiece here. They're good squad centre-halves to have, but now both approaching their mid-20s, I'm sure they'll both be thinking, do I need to leave to continue to develop my game? Possibly. I'd like to keep them both, don't get me wrong, but I think there's a good chance at least one of them will be leaving in the summer. As you see some of our loanees here, Ethan Pierce has grown 8 ratings out on loan at Darmstadt right now. You'd love to see that. As for Trey, up 2 to 80 overall, but again, I'm not sure just how much better he can get. I still think I can get him to about 81, 82 before he starts to max out, but I'm not sure what his full potential is, to be honest. But whether we sign a new starting right back or not next year, I'd like to keep Trey, if nothing else, at least as a backup right back. Harrison Reed will probably go in the summer, though, out of contract coming the end of next year. I like him as a squad midfielder, but now we've brought in Hayden Hackney, probably don't need him, so only plays limited game time, probably going to let him go. Ben Sheaf grew a rating off the bench this year to 80 overall. Really like him, though. Certainly not selling him. And as for Nicholas Dominguez, one of our big signings for this year, really consistent numbers, man. Whilst he wasn't great in terms of goals and assists, as a DM, he was solid enough. Defensively, broke up attacks, and also offered a little bit going forward as well, with his range of passing too. Upper rating to 82 overall, as Josh Eccles went down a rating this year due to the broken toe he suffered, though hopefully he'll regain it heading into next season. Hayden Hackney, though, what a budget buy that could prove to be, coming in from Borussia Dortmund and grow 2 ratings to 80 overall and still getting better as well. Even though the majority of his games were playing right back, sometimes I did bring him on as an anchor man. I'm not sure if I'll convert him to a right back though, because again, it will take him so long to become one, so I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do for his growth, but he's still growing nicely, and that's good to see. Danilo, decent buy from Nottingham Forest as well. 27 league games and an assist as well. Growing a rating to 81 overall and still getting better at 25 years old. Sean King out on loan in Spain with Cadiz. Grew 6 ratings to 74 overall, and I believe he still has a year there out on loan in Spain as well. And as for the kid, Nathan Mason, yep, really struggled in front of goal this year. Only the 3 goals in the league, but 11 assists, 3rd in scoring this year. He had 1 in the cup, and that was in the final itself, and 3 and 2 in the League Cup as well, growing 5 to 76 overall. I know in terms of overall rating alone, he is the weakest player in the team, but I often say this, the overall rating isn't everything. So for next year, at just 18 years old, he'll still be starting, and he should hopefully still have that potential to be special as well. Fabio Lima also promoted him from the academy before the final. He also shows great potential as well, so I'll keep your eyes on him. As Joshua King, who won Fulham Scholar of the Year this year in real life, has grown 2 ratings out on loan at Portman Road. I'm not sure how much better he can get within the save. I know he's got sublime potential in real life, but I guess we'll see. I keep loaning him out, But I'm just not sure if he's going to be able to make up the ground to be able to compete with our current starters in the CM area. I guess we'll see. Long way to go. Long way to go. Gabriel Sara, though, what a season, man. Seriously, 15 goals and 13 assists in 37 Premier League games, growing a rating to 83 overall. We're continuing to play him out of position at CAM because that's where we're getting the most out of him further forward and being more impactful as a direct threat. But again, for next season, big decision. Do we convert him to CAM officially, as it will take him some time to become one, or do we keep him where he is and maybe drop him down to LCM alongside Danilo or Dominguez? Tough one, because if we do that, he won't be as effective as he was in terms of goals and assists, but it just depends on what we want to do in the transfer market. You know, go for another anchorman / DLP or go for a playmaker. I guess we'll see what deals are available in the summer transfer window. I'm going to try and loan Luke Harris out in the summer. I'm not sure how much better he's going to get now, though. 70 overall. Only plays squad time minutes now, so I feel as though he's probably not going to get that much better, but can still play a place in the squad. The only problem is our other youth players out of the academy have now surpassed him. John Nicole, who we brought back from Leicester early for the squad, in the end didn't need him, my fault, sorry about that. And also Albert Clark, who's growing 4 at the Rico Arena as well. So that's the problem with Harris right now, is 2 other players out of the academy, who I'll scatter myself, who are actually a little bit better and also younger as well. Cameron Fox has grown 7 ratings out on loan at Pisa. And as for Traore, 3 goals and assists in 21 league games. Practically all his games come from the bench, though. I do like him. He still does have 2 years left on his deal. So I might still keep him for next year. I don't know. If a club comes in, I won't stand in his way. But otherwise, I'd like to keep him for the squad, man. Mainly just for that pace alone to bring off the bench. As for Jan Kuto, gutted about this, man. Honestly, had a red-hot start to the season, as we knew. Was our top scorer for a bit. And integral to our amazing start to the year, where we flew out of the blocks with blistering pace and was 7 points clear. But we said it. When he went down with that broken toe, our season totally turned. We were on fire. Then Jan Kuto got the broken toe and we tanked. We went on a run of 1 win in 10. And it was because Kuto got injured, man. He was that important to us. So he should have had better stats than the ones he got. They weren't terrible, you know, averaging 1 goal in just over every 3 games. But it would have been even better had it not been for the broken toe. That was gutting, but still certainly getting better. And as a place to play in our team, no doubt about that. I'm surprised that Huerta didn't grow a rating. 25 years old, 79 overall. He did have the broken toe, of course, so maybe that stunted his growth slightly. But squad minutes, he did all right in terms of goals and assists in games this year. 18, with most of those appearances coming from the bench. Tom Roberts, though, oh my goodness. The other new Gareth Bale out on loan at Heidenheim. And this is why loaning your players out is sometimes a lot more effective in terms of growth alone, as opposed to starting them. Tom Roberts has already caught up to Nathan Mason in 1 year. Mason's had 3 years, Tom's had 1. Roberts is already just as good in terms of rating alone. This is why sometimes loaning your players out is always the best thing to do. Or I should say often the best thing to do. Harry Higgins, Double H, our best graduate from the academy this year. Only shows to great potential, but I will add him to the loaners and see how he gets on next year. As Morrissey, by the way, what a great year he had at Bristol City. Might not have been able to keep them up. They were still relegated, but 5 goals and 2 assists in 27 games. A regular there at Ashton Gate, and he's still got another year there in the southwest of England too. So keep on developing, James. I've got my eye on you for the long-term future, just 18 years old. Woodrow just came in for the squad. Albert Ruiz came in as a backup striker. Grew 2 ratings, but he's going to leave in the summer after requesting a transfer. To be honest, though, totally fine with that. Only the 1 goal in the league, Cup, against an EFL side, and we're going to make a profit on him, or at least we should. So yeah, I'm okay with that, to be honest, because he brought in Joel Perreault as his replacement for the bench. Unfortunately, he didn't score me a single goal. All 3 of those goals came with Leeds before we signed him in January. So we'll certainly need to do a bit better next season. But hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, we won't need him because this guy continues to excel. Yep, 2nd year at Craven Cottage now. 1 goal more than last year, finishing with 16 for the season, and won the assist. No, it was 2nd in assists behind Ty Sterlinga with 11 as well in 37 games, and 7 goals in 6 FA Cup games. In fact, was he top scorer in the FA Cup? I think he might have been. But 4 ratings, scored in the FA Cup final, 86 overall. If we weren't playing in the Champions League for next season, I have no doubt about it, a big European club would come sniffing for ties. As things stand, I'm hoping I'll be able to keep him here. I guess we'll see. And as for other two young strikers out on loan, Jay Stansfield's grown 3 ratings out on loan at Bournemouth, to be fair. That's nice to see. I believe he's back in January of next season, up to 77 overall now. So good to see him developing nicely, as I do see him as possibly being a backup for Thijs de Linger. And as for Peterson, he grew 4 out on loan with Norwich in the Championship this season. But that will do it for the end of Season 3 and the season finale, guys. So big thank you for watching the finale, and if you've enjoyed it, then please do drop a like. A bittersweet ending to the season, qualifying for the Champions League, but coming up short in the Cup final as Fulham search for their first ever major honour. But like I said, we'll be back, and we will be back with a new season in the next episode, starting tomorrow morning, a brand new campaign, our 4th year at Craven Cottage, and like Leonardo DiCaprio said, I'm not leaving. We ain't going anywhere until we win Fulham a major honour. Champions League next year, probably a bit out of our reach, but I certainly believe we can go for the FA Cup next year and the Carabao Cup too. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you. I'll see you for a brand new season starting tomorrow morning.